Hi lovelies, Tori here today with a Project Life process video. This one is called Every Good and Perfect Gift, and I am going to be scrapbooking these photos which came from last year. I'm going to be using some of the items from the Feed Your Crafts Home Bodies kit and some things from my stash as well. Honesty time. I don't love the way the page worked out. I'm not crazy about it, but it's done. It's scrapbooked. It's in my album, which to me is always a good thing. And I figured there would probably be people who like the way that it turned out. So I wanted to share it anyways, even though I'm not crazy about it, because I thought maybe you could learn from me or maybe you guys would enjoy it. So that's why I'm sharing it, even though I'm not crazy about it. But I hope that's okay with you guys, that I'm sharing a page that I'm not like super crazy about. I think the reason I'm not crazy about it is because it has orange on it, and orange is like my least favorite color ever. So that's probably why I don't love it. Not because of anything on the page. I think the page actually worked out well. It's just the orange that I'm not a big fan of. So I'm using that polka dot paper came from the Home Bodies kit, and then I'm also using some just Project Life cards. So I decided to use the color scheme from that polka dot paper to pick the colors for this page. So that's why I sort of went with that blue, that was one of the polka dots, and then that like orangey yellow color. So I'm just going through my Project Life cards to pull out some papers that I had. And if you're wondering how I store my Project Life cards, because I know I always get questions about this, I have a Workplace Wednesday video where I share how I store all of my Project Life cards. And you can go check out my channel. There's a playlist called Workplace Wednesday, and you'll totally find it. So I had this card that said every good and perfect gift comes from above, and I believe that was in my December daily kit from Jasmine Jones, I want to say, because I think that's her writing. And I didn't use it at December daily, and I wanted to sort of keep it in my regular stash because I felt like you could use that any time of the year. So I decided to make that sort of my title card and stuck that in the middle of that orange Project Life card, which I have no clue where that comes from. Added a little doodling lines around the edges and made that card good to go. And then I'm just rounding the corners of the photos and the different things that I'm going to be using. So just want to talk about what these photos are. My mom and I went to this conference called the Global Leadership Summit, and it's a really big leadership conference that gets held every year, and it was incredible, so inspirational, so encouraging, and they have like all these really amazing leaders, like Ted Catmull, I think his name is, from Pixar, Brene Brown, I feel like maybe that Dr. Brene Brown, sorry, not Renee, Brene, who's like an author, and it was just such a good conference. And it was sort of like a webcast conference because they hold it all over the world. And we just went to see it in Toronto and webcast it in. But it was such a good day. So these are just some photos from that day. The top right-hand corner is a photo of my mom and I. And then there's a quote from Dr. Brene Brown. There's the name tag I had on. There's just a photo of the space that we were in. Just all these cool photos. And I feel like it was a good way to document this day. So I had this Project Life card that said, live what you love. And I can't remember where that comes from, guys. I feel like it came from some kit I got at Michael's. I feel like that's probably right. But I felt like that would be like a really cool sentiment to put on this page, because my mom and I went to this conference because we work together and we're both, well, it's her company, but I'm sort of the director of training at her company. And so that's why she invited me to go with her. And so I'm one of the leaders at the company. So I thought it would be like really cool to put live what you love, because it's like living and working and doing things that you love is like just the way to live. So I fussy cut that out, and I'm going to actually glue that down to that polka dot paper which is weird because I ended up covering up my color inspiration for the page, but you know what, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I fussy cut around the name tag photo that I had taken and did some doodling. And then I wanted to add a title to that card, so I used these pink paisley, I feel like C'est La Vie, loose letters, and just put Summit because it's called the Global Leadership Summit. And I'm just going to adhere those down and then add my journaling onto that card. So honestly, this page was like super easy to make. It wasn't hard at all. And I feel like that's sort of my style right now with Project Life, is to go with simple pages and to keep the embellishments light, but just have fun with it and just make it work the way it works. So that's working really well for me, and so I think I'm going to keep doing that. And then another thing that I'm really enjoying doing lately is adding like doodling to my cards, whether it's scrapbooking or Project Life. I just love the way that it looks. I feel like it looks like me, and I think it makes those cards that are like that everybody has like look more unique because they have my own personal doodling on them. I feel like if I could do a scrapbooking line, it would have like fun doodles like that. Sort of like Brandy's, but not as awesome because she's super talented. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I told you it was a simple, quick page, but I'm glad I could share it with you guys today and spend a little bit of your day with me or with you, however you say that. I'm just slowing it down and holding up all the cards so you can take a look at how they ended up looking. Thank you for spending time with me. If you have any comments or thoughts, I'd love to hear your thinking or what you thought. Oh my goodness, I can't talk today. Leave a comment below. Make sure you're subscribing. And also come check me out on Instagram if you're an Instagram follower. I'd love to see you over there. Bye. Have a lovely day.